gCADPlus is designed so that you can produce landscape plans quickly and easily. It's designed to be used with templates. You don't have to, but it helps if you pick a template. Here I've chosen 150 feet by 30 feet, and I'll go OK. What that does is throw you into an environment where all of the symbols that you might use in a design are off to the right here. The zone here, and it's not a fixed zone, is roughly 50 feet wide by 30 feet. So if we wanted to put a landscape plan there, we might start by drawing the outline of a house, and we might start, say, somewhere here. So we'll pick draw a line, and our house we always measure our house first, so it might start around here. It might head 18.5 feet in this direction, so we'll put ortho on, and we'll type 18.5, which is 18 feet 6, and we go in that direction. We might have measured, say, 12 feet exactly in this direction. The footprint of the house continues. It might go 16 feet in that direction. Back here and line up there, so it'll be 12 feet back in this direction, and then possibly 16 feet in this direction. And we hit enter. Now you'll notice it just extends over where my line is, but we can ignore that line just for the moment because it's easy to move the footprint. So we'll say exit from there. Now we need to draw, and this might represent the footprint of the house. This might be a glass enclosed room and you're looking out onto the garden space, which might stretch out here. So we'll just zoom out a little and we'll draw in some more lines. So we draw a line, and I'll right click and say I'm going to jump to the end point of that line, and we'll head off here. We'll say 45 feet in that direction. We go 45 feet 6 inches. We'll come over here. We might go, what a total, if we add those up, that'll give us 46.5. 46.5. We might head in that direction, and then we could come back down through here. This time we might go at an angle. So we'll take our ortho off, and we need to jump to the end point there. We'll imagine this is an enclosed space. So we'll right click and pick end point, and we're done. We'll right click and finish. Now we can simply select that and just move it. All CAD work is full size. I'll right click and zoom extents. So there's the footprint of a house there. We could easily draw some more lines down through here, but I just wanted to show you how easy it is then to start preparing your landscape design. You may be one of those who puts tall trees in, so there's some tall tree symbols. You might put tall trees in first, I should have said. So we'd pick it, right click, copy, mark a point there, and stamp, let's say, a group of 3 of that species in there, and we'll finish. We might then have another tall tree. We'll copy it from, whoops, I've got 2 of them selected, so I right click and hit the escape key and get out of there. Sorry, I'm doing multiple copies, and I've just copied the 2 of them. That is of no consequence. We just repeat by selecting the one we're after, right click and copy. Now that because 1 is selected, we pop that one in. We can add other species. We might like this one, so we copy it and put it in place. And I've done the same thing again. You can see I've neglected to deselect the previous one. Select that one, copy it, put it into position, and I might put several of those down there and a couple more over here, and we'll finish. What that does is put some symbols under a upper story. So these plants here, the tall trees, represent the upper story, and we might want those to sit on top. At the moment they come underneath the smaller species there. So we can just select those and use another one of the features and go draw order, and we want to bring that one to the front. Now the upper canopy sits on top of the lower plants. Can you see that adding your landscape information is really easy? You might want to put, for the sake of argument, some sort of sculptural feature in here. You might be interested in a symmetrical design. So you can say, I'll draw a construction line, and we can pick a construction line, and we could snap to the midpoint of this line here and just move it up, we'll have ortho on again, move it up in that direction. Now we've got a construction line running through there, and it becomes an easy matter to, let's say, center some sort of circle on there, because we want symmetry. We've decided that our client likes a symmetrical and formal arrangement, so we'll say center radius, we'll right click again, and we'll pick nearest. Here it is. That enables us to slide the center of the circle along there, and we can just pull out. We can pick the circle and adjust its diameter from 13.071. We'll make it 15 feet diameter circle. So we've precisely located our circle. We can put a path running through here. Maybe it's a path 10 foot wide, a very wide path. So we could say, let's modify and offset this line to this side. So we'll right click and pop a distance in. We'll make an 8 foot path in total. So we go 4 and click there and select that one and click there and finish there. So we now have our path running through. We could eliminate that construction line there, and we want to draw a line now from that intersection up there. We'll pave this area. So it's draw a line, right click again. We're going from an intersection there to right click again to an intersection there and exit from there. So we have a line running through. It's 8 feet, isn't it? So we could mirror that line now around the midpoint. So we select it, we right click, mirror the first point of the mirror line we're asked for. We can say we're going to go to the midpoint of this line and up there and right click with a copy, and we're done. Right click and whoops, and we're done. Now let's remove those construction lines, erase those, they're gone. Then we'll trim this area off, although we might want to hatch that area with some paving. So we have a zone running from the room through here. We might want to offset these lines to get the overhang of the roof, depending on what you've done when you've been assessing the site. Can you see it's a very simple matter to create a landscape plan, and we've been running 4 or 5 minutes and we've done a fair amount of work. There are some text styles preset, one down here and a different text style there, which you can use to add text to the various parts of the drawing. So I hope that gives you an idea of the speed with which you can draft using this template-based system.